Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr, where I play the TimeGuessr Daily Challenge and try to beat my personal best score. Yesterday we had an okay round, around 40,000 points, but there was definitely a lot of room for improvement on that round. Let's see if we can beat that today. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. Oh, we have Morgan Freeman. It's definitely Morgan Freeman. And he is in somewhere in Asia possibly, or is this a movie set? It's very difficult to tell. I'm trying to work out what movie this is from. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, any clues? We've got a cameraman in the background, so it's obviously a movie set. Are we on location? That's the question. It looks quite authentic. A location, it might not be, but it's very difficult to tell with these kind of things. They're very good at set design these days, so they can make something look authentic when it might not actually be. What movie was Morgan Freeman in where he went to Asia? I'm not sure which movie he was in Asia. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Just looking at the characters here, these look Chinese. Let's see, is there any clue? We have USA written here. Are these eggs from the USA? I'm not sure. It's definitely Chinese, not Japanese. Do we have any clue on this box? Not really. We've got a March something here. I wish it says 22 March. Is that the 22nd of March, or is it 2022? I think if you're gonna be dating eggs, you'd probably put them the day of the month, so it's unlikely to be 2022. That would have been nice though. The camera equipment looks pretty modern now. It doesn't look old. The camera guys are all wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Doesn't really help that much. Looks fairly modern though. I wish I knew what movie this was, because that would really help me work out when it was released and something like that, you know. Off the language, obviously, it's being Chinese, it limits us to really Hong Kong, Taiwan, or mainland China. Other than that, I couldn't see it. Possibly Macau, but it's unlikely to be Macau. Looking at the people, they look... Well, it's very hard to distinguish the difference between, obviously, mainland and Taiwan. They're pretty much the same. But I would imagine Taiwan doesn't have as many markets like this. It's more modern Taiwan. This looks like quite a rundown market. Same with Hong Kong, so... I am actually tempted to go mainland China, but whether they would make a movie in mainland China, I don't know. So they may dress somewhere like Hong Kong or Taiwan to be like this. I wish I could read Chinese. If my wife was here, she'd be able to tell me. She speaks Chinese, and she is Chinese, so it would help a lot. I do recognize some of these characters. That is Ko, which means mouth in Chinese. There's a few different things that I do recognize. This is the symbol for Da, which means big. A few things like that, but pinpointing it exactly where it would be is not easy. I'm trying to think, are there any markets like this in Hong Kong? I've not been to Taiwan, but I have been to Hong Kong. And I didn't really see any markets like this while I was there, but I was only there for 4 days, so really didn't explore too much because I was just transferring on a stop on the way into mainland China. If it was going to be in mainland China, I would assume it's more southern, somewhere like Guangzhou or Shenzhen. Shenzhen's more modern though, so Guangzhou might be better. Obviously Hong Kong does make sense, but it's hard to pull that out. If it was Hong Kong, I would expect to see a little bit more English written on signs, but I don't really see that. I don't know why they'd be importing eggs from the USA though. I'm just really hoping this is not San Francisco Chinatown or a Chinatown somewhere in America. I can't see any English, which makes me think it's not in America. Just looking around, seeing if there's any more information on these boxes. This one says something K eggs. Is that HK eggs? Possibly. It doesn't really look like it. It looks like it might be an S, but that might lead me toward Hong Kong. I think I'm going to have to go Hong Kong. maybe in the Kowloon area. That's where I didn't go, so I wouldn't know. if it's got more like markets and stuff, but just looking at how built it up it is, it just really doesn't seem like the place these days to have these kind of markets. But if they were going to dress up a street like this to make it look authentic and maybe older, why wouldn't they just do this in America, though? That's my question. I really don't know. Just noticed this, what looks like a newspaper hanging up here. And this is entirely in Chinese characters, 0 English on it. But what I have noticed is these characters are extremely complex. That makes me think that these are traditional Chinese characters as opposed to the simplified Chinese characters which are used in mainland China these days. They don't tend to have these kind of characters very much, these really complicated ones. These are much more common in traditional, which is used in Cantonese speaking areas like Hong Kong and southern China, particularly Guangdong area, which is Guangzhou and Shenzhen, but much more common in Hong Kong. So I actually might think I'll stay in Hong Kong and just hope that it's right and hope it isn't a movie set in America. The year, I'm trying to think, how old does Morgan Freeman look here? It's very hard to tell because he's looked the same for years. I don't really know what he looks like right now, but I'd be surprised if this is present day. I think he would look a little bit older than this. This is kind of how he looked. As I said, he's looked like this for the last 20 years. It's how he kind of looked in like Bruce Almighty and those kind of movies. So I'm thinking we're probably mid 2000, like 2010, 2012, something like that, maybe. I really wish I knew what movie this was. I'll drop it a little earlier. If this is present day, I'm going to be annoyed. It's just, he doesn't age, the man. He's just always looked the same. Okay, we'll go with that. I'd be very surprised if I'm right. Oh, it was Hong Kong and it was 2007, so that's a good guess. Oh, it's The Dark Knight. It's one of the Batman movies that I have seen, but a long time ago, and I cannot remember him going into Hong Kong. But yeah, that's not a bad guess and a decent amount of points for that. I should have known Dark Knight. I forgot that he played, was he Alfred in those movies? But it was, yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen them. Okay, next round. Oh, it's a very interesting picture. This is like a double picture where you look through those like goggles to make it more like 3D, or I can't remember what they're called, like stereoscope images or something like that. We have some text in the middle. I'm trying to see if there's a date on them. It might be reversed. This could be 19 something. 13 maybe. Yeah, 82191. I'm not sure what this number is. Is it a 3? I'm trying to think backwards. It's very difficult. 191. No, it can't be a 3, can it? 192 maybe? No, the 2s look more like this, but it's a similar shape. It's just maybe not been written as well. This could be 1912. Well, we'll have a look around, but we'll throw it down there. That seems like an appropriate year, just glancing at the image. It might be wrong. Right. Sal, or we're in France. Rue Flasteur or Flandre. I'm not sure it's Flanders or Flasteur. I can't. Looks like Flastere, maybe Flasteur. That would suggest we're probably in Paris. We've got some soldiers looking kind of ragged. I'm not sure if this is a French military uniform, but it probably will be, being in France. Is there any other clues to whether it is in Paris or not? Not really. I think we're definitely going to have to go in Paris. We have a tram track. Do they have any trams in Paris? I'm not really sure. They may have back then. Or it could be a different city in France for sure. What do we have over here? Fantasy. Not really giving me much there. Definitely French though. So You're usually safest going in Paris with these kind of things. Looks like a smaller street, so we'll go down here. Do we see any tram lines in Paris? From this age, a lot of these tram lines have been removed, probably just because they weren't safe. Yeah, I can't actually see any in Paris, but not to say that they didn't have some at some point. Would 1912 work with this military uniform? It definitely would. These guys almost look like prisoners. I don't know if they are just basic infantrymen, maybe. Yeah, they must be with those epaulettes on. Do these look like World War I soldiers? They could be. A lot of soldiers marching through Paris would make sense for that era. Is it 6? It's very poorly written. Why did they have to write all the other numbers? I can make out quite clearly. This one number I cannot work out. 191. I don't think it's a 2 actually, because the 2 is so much rounder. I think I'm going to put it in 1916. Guess it's middle of World War I. Hope for that. They did have cavalry units in World War I. They weren't very common by this time, obviously, as the tanks had started to come in and other things like that. But there were mounted soldiers. The rifle that he's holding looks particularly old, so it would fit for this era. Hopefully this isn't just the date someone found this picture and it's even older. It could quite easily be like 1901, 1902 as well. But I can't really ignore that date. We'll go with it. Hope we're in Paris. We weren't in Paris, but we're 1915, so that's a 5. Didn't make much sense. Still a good score. So a column of German prisoners walking through Amiens town during World War I. So they were prisoners. I was right. So, and Amiens is obviously more closer to where the fights were going on, so that makes sense. Quite well. I wonder if they have a tram still there, but it's probably unlikely. Nah, there's no tram line marked on this road, but I wouldn't have been able to guess that location. I could have thought about it being closer to the front line. Obviously, most of the fighting was around this area, so. But still a good score. We're on for a pretty decent score overall. Okay, the 70th Annual Academy Awards. Whoa, I wish I knew which year they were currently on for the Academy Awards. And I wish I knew where they filmed it. Obviously, it's in Los Angeles. I've had different rounds from older Academy Awards before, and I cannot remember where they were. Usually they'll be in Hollywood, and this area is Hollywood, I believe. Yeah, Hollywood up here, so I'm not sure where they actually filmed them, though. We'll put it on Santa Monica Boulevard to start with, see if there's any buildings that jump out as possible hosts for it. I'll have a quick look around. I'll probably skip this. Well, after searching around for a long time, I have not found anything that would jump out at me of being where they would host the Academy Awards or the Oscars. I'm just going to put it on Hollywood Boulevard just because it makes sense that it would be somewhere in Hollywood, and hope that it's not another part of Los Angeles because it's a big city and we could lose quite a few points there. Now I'm just looking at these clothes and gonna try and guess the year, see if we can find any clues. What is AMPAS? American Press Association or something like that, maybe. Trying to see. This woman's got shoulder padded clothes, like jacket. Doesn't look modern day. It's quite a grainy image. These shoes look a little older too. The sort of lighter jeans. Is anyone carrying a phone? I can't see any phones in the picture. Anything laying on the side? We have a newspaper over here. I wish I could read that. Again, Fila isn't a brand that I've seen since the 90s. Since I was a kid. This was a popular brand when I was a kid. I don't know if they still even make shoes, but I've not seen anyone wearing them for a long time. So does this mean we're in the 90s? Would fit with the clothes. These kind of khaki shorts. And a bum bag or a fanny pack if you're American. Yeah. It's not much to go on. If you know the Academy Awards, you might know what year this might be. How many have there been? I'm sure it's been going on for quite a long time now. Obviously, if it's at the 70th, and this looks like mid to late 90s, possibly. Is it the 2000s? The clothes don't really strike me as 2000s. Looks a little earlier than that. Have we got any other shoes we can work out? Not really. Just these feelers look 90s as hell to me. Probably had a pair like that when I was a kid, to be honest. I think we're going to go 97. Let's say that. Are we any later than 97? See, no one's on a phone in the background. So we can't be we are not in the 2000s, surely. Okay, we'll go with that and hope and pray that it is held in Hollywood. It was 98. That's a good year. Good guess overall. The 70th anyway. So what are we on now then? Must be in the 90s then, 90 something. I've never watched a single award show in my life. I've watched clips of Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes, was it? Just because he's quite funny on those. So we're not in Hollywood. We're just in Los Angeles itself, near University of Southern California. Is this where they still hold the Oscars? What is it? Swim with Mike? I don't think that's anything to do with it. What is this building here? I have no idea. That's an odd place for it. Is it still held there, or does it move around every year? I have no idea. We're only 10 kilometers off, so we're still on for a very good score here. We may even be on personal best levels. Okay, we've got flags. Flags are sometimes useful. It's hard when they're in black and white, though, to work out what colors we have. What language do we have in the background? Electric Borkenbinderu. Ooh, I'm not sure. What have we got down here? Brenner? Is that a place name? Is this the German flag, or is this maybe Belgian flag? No, Belgian flag goes the other way. Bredische Courant. Luxbanker. Are we in Luxembourg? This flag would work for Luxembourg, I think, in terms of the orientation of the colours. I thought the main language of Luxembourg is French, I believe. But do they have some German or Luxembourgish, maybe? I don't know. Some of these words look more Dutch, Flemish, or... So are we in Belgium? I don't see us being in Belgium. I'm pretty sure the Belgian flag is the same colours as the German, but it goes the other way. So is this the German flag? We have a nun in the middle here. That's an interesting one. Brenner sounds familiar. Is that a German place? This could be the German flag. This kind of writing and a word ending like this does sound a little German to me. Just wish I could see a unique German character that would make it much easier. I don't know. Isn't the German flag is black at the top? This looks black at the bottom, but I don't know if it's just the black and white image that's throwing me off. I'm sure black is at the top in the German flag. Oh, God. Well, let's have a look in Luxembourg and see if I see anything with Brenner on it. I think I have been to Luxembourg as a child, but I have no clue. It's such a small place. I don't know if there's anywhere called Brenner, or if that's just the person's name or king's name or something like that. Can't see it jumping out at me, and it's such a small place, it doesn't really take too long to actually search. Is there any area? See, again, they have kind of a mixture of languages here. See, this looks more German, whereas this looks more, some of these look more French, but Hollerich looks more German, so maybe it is Luxembourg. Just that Lux Bank is what's making me think it's Luxembourg, and the flag being not immediately familiar to me. I know the Luxembourg flag is striped. I couldn't tell you what color it is. I think I'm going to lose a lot of points here, so I'm going to go in the center of Luxembourg, hope that it's correct. The year is also going to be very difficult. Kids are dressed pretty smartly. Let's see. Can't really tell off the clothes too much what year this might be. I don't have any cars to go off. Military uniforms don't help me. Yeah. Just to say, these colours are definitely different. For a second I thought, oh, this might be Austria, but no, it can't be. That would be the same colour at top bottom. I'm going to say it's post World War II, just after World War II, not long after it. Just by these jackets, these hats, look kind of late 40s, early 50s maybe. I'm probably going to lose my score here. Let's go 51. It's 45, and it was Holland. Oh my God. That is the Dutch flag. The Dutch flag, I'm pretty sure the Dutch flag and the Luxembourg flag look very similar. And it's Breda, not Brenner, which is what that said. I thought it was an N. That was dumb of me. I've ruined my personal best chances here, I think, to be honest. Because I should have got that. I should have got that as Holland. It did look Dutch. I was just confused by that Lux Bank, and that threw me off. Yeah, thinking about it now, that is the Dutch flag. I think the Luxembourg flag is slightly lighter colours, so that the darker bottom wouldn't work for it. Damn it. Okay, never mind. You live and learn. Okay, we have some yoga going on here. Couples yoga. We have what looks like an American sign. San Jacinto Boulevard. So my first guess is clearly America here. I just noticed we are on the final round. So yeah, my personal best is definitely out of reach. But we could still be on for a pretty good score if we get it. It's just games like these that you can capitalize. There's been a lot of clues in these ones, so I should have really got better than this. Okay, Austin, Texas. That makes me think we're in Austin, Texas. So that would make sense. I've not been to Texas. I would like to go. I've got a couple of friends who live in Austin and a few that live in Houston, so I would like to go there at some point. People I've worked with in China and in the UAE who have moved back home. So just because I'm on a good score and I want to score a decent amount, I'm actually going to look for San Jacinto Boulevard 600 and see if I can find it. It looks pretty central, so it shouldn't be too hard. I'll probably speed this up or skip it. Okay, I've found San Jacinto Boulevard, if that's how it's pronounced. I apologize if I'm butchering the name. We're just looking, we've got a few numbers here. We've got 222 as a building number. I don't know what the 600 on the sign refers to. Just looking for some businesses that I might be able to find. What's this? Bikini's Grill. I wonder if you have to wear a bikini to go in there. So Bikini's Grill might be something we can look for. I'd assume they're on Google Maps. Or on Apple Maps, hopefully. Let's have a quick look down this street and see if we can find Bikini's Grill anywhere or any numbered buildings. It's quite a long road. Nothing jumping out at me immediately. Nothing's numbered here either, which is very unfortunate. And now we're getting out of the city centre, so I don't actually think we would be that far out. I just think we're not actually labelled here. If I could see the street that we're intersecting with, then that would be useful. Seem to have a lot of restaurants and bars in this area, so I think this might be a decent area, as we seem to have bars and restaurants, everything there. But Dine 6th Street, I don't know if that's an advertisement because we're near 6th Street, but we are near 6th Street on the map, so that would make sense. So we could be here. Any other businesses just to confirm? No. Oh, that's 6th Street Trading Company, so we might actually be on the intersection of 6th and San Jacinto. So let's just see if there is a crosswalk here. There's one on the other side, so I think this is probably a decent area to go. Or is this 6th Street and San Quinto's going the other way? I think I'm just going to go on this intersection just to hedge my bets because I'm not sure which way we're looking here. Okay, the year. This guy's got a DSLR, doesn't help me. This woman's got a phone. And so we're fairly modern at least. Got a nice little doggo here. I'm not sure what he's holding. Wish I could see these phones a little closer. They don't look super new, some of these. Has anyone left their phone on the floor? No. Ooh, got another dog there. This woman's more interested in the dog than she is in the yoga. Don't blame her. Let's see. Any years on any of these signs? Nah, not looking at it. I'm spending a lot of time on this round when I really don't need to be honest. But I think we might be like 2014, 2015. Trying to see, the camera on this doesn't look massive. Looks like it might be like an iPhone 8 or something like that, maybe. This phone is very hard to tell because it's a black phone. A lady with a Rancid t-shirt on. I used to have this picture as a poster on my wall when I was at university. Anything here? Nothing on date-wise. I think I'm going to stick with 2014. Hope we're not present day. Let's go for it. It's 2012. Not a bad score. And we were on the right intersection. That's good. Let's see. Okay, final score is a good one. That's definitely going to bring our average up a little bit. 46,082 points. Let's just see that breakdown. Where we lost all the points is on the Holland round. I messed that up, and a little bit on the France round, but not too much actually, because even though we were a bit off, our year was good because it was written in the picture pretty much. I wish I'd have thought about Holland. I just blanked when I saw that Lux Bank. I just immediately jumped to thinking Luxembourg and just completely wrote off and didn't even consider Holland really. That's my fault. That was a good guess in Hong Kong as well. Having a basic knowledge of the difference between traditional Chinese helped me with simplified Chinese there. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.